The role of communities in the management and conservation of forests cannot be gainsaid. Indeed, the law in the Forests Act of 2005 recognizes the role of communities in forest management and provides for their involvement and benefit sharing. Since the creation of the Kenya Forest Service, KFS, over 8 years ago, the forestry sector has grown in leaps and bounds. This is because of the inclusion of various stakeholders in forest conservation, chief among them being communities living adjacent to forests. From a low of 2%, the forest cover now stands at 6.99%, and efforts are being made to attain 10% forest cover by the year 2030.
Since people moved out of forest, we've been able to rehabilitate about 400 hectares of the degraded sites, and we are working with the community in doing this.
The Forests Act 2005 provides that communities living near forests should organize themselves into community forest associations, CFA. The associations must then apply to the Registrar of Societies to give them legal status. Once the groups are registered, they can then enter into negotiations with the Kenya Forest Service on various activities that they may undertake within the forests that benefit them socio-economically. Some of these activities include Plantation Establishment and Livelihood Improvement Scheme, or simply PELIS, where farmers are allowed to cultivate food crops in harvested areas while caring for planted tree seedlings. After a rotational period of 3 years, the farmers withdraw from the plot to allow the trees to grow and move on to other harvested areas. Community forest associations in the North Rift forests of Timboroa and Burnt Forest, as well as Gadhiuru Forest in Central Highlands Conservancy, among others, have benefited from this program.
2007 kati ya crisis hapa hakukukua kitu yoyote, hapa ilikuwa imechomwa yote, ilikuwa imekwisha, lakini kutokana na usaidizi wa vile tulisaidia shamba forest na CFA ndio niweza kujenga hii nyumba, nimeweza kuweka kakioski hiyo, nimeweza kujenga hii jiko na niko na tukondoo. Nimeweza kununua pikipiki kutokana na hiyo msitu ya Timboroa Forest.
Uharibifu umerudi chini sana tangu tuanze mambo ya kulima. Nafikiri imerudi hata 10%, kwa sababu kila mtu anaweza kulima na apate mapato bila kuzumbukana. Vile vile kulikuwa na criminal activities, kulikuwa wezi wengi sana wanapiga watu jiani, lakini hiyo vile vile kutoka kwa securities wametuambia imerudi chini kabisa. Kwa hivyo tunasema mambo ya kulima imesaidia wananchi na imetusaidia sana.
To date, there are over 200 registered community forest associations, out of which 146 have signed participatory forest management plans which outline the activities to be carried out in specific forests blocks. Plantation Establishment and Livelihood Improvement Scheme has helped to empower farmers economically and improve food security, while also helping to establish forest plantations faster and more successfully as the survival rate is higher.
Utakuta kama wakulima wanafuna viazi, wanauza, alafu wanapata pesa, wananunua hata mapikipiki. Kuna wao hata pia wamenunua hata gari. Tunawapea nusu eka. Mkulima anapata gunia kama 25, alafu anauza na shilingi 2,000. Kwa hivyo utaona atakuwa amepata 50,000 kwa hiyo plot. So kwa mwaka atakuwa amepata almost 100,000 kwa hiyo plot yake ya half an acre. So wanafurahia na ndio unaona hata miti wanatunza mzuri.
There is a Green Zones Development Support Project which have come in hand. This is as a result of fires in Bagret block. They have constructed a fire tower for us, and wherever an outbreak occurs, the communities are there for us. The community as a Land Rover, which is in place, they assist us in referring people, and we also have a vehicle in place which assists us in moving very fast to the site. This one has actually reduced the areas which have been burnt quite a number of years.
Other income-generating activities that community forest associations are involved with include the establishment of tree nurseries to supply quality seedlings to neighbouring farmers and other organizations.
Last year, mwezi ya 4, county government of ya Nyeri tulizia babu 7,000 at a rate of 200, na hiyo pesa ikarudi kwa wanachama wa CFA. Iko watu wengi wanatoka Bali, Mpadi na Nyuki na Kuru, hata huko Usigichu, na watu wengi wanakuja nachukua babu kutoka kwa hii nursery.
The CFAs also use the nurseries to produce seedlings for planting in forests. This is one of the activities being implemented by Lorenge CFA.
We have worked with the CFA in terms of seedlings production, where we raise seedlings in the tree nursery. We raise mainly indigenous and exotic are planted in the Pelis areas, and the indigenous used in the catchment areas. We had raised around over 500,000 seedlings in Lorenge Tree Nursery, which actually earned us an award with the Total Kenya Eco Challenge.
Community forest associations can also carry out other activities mutually agreed upon between them and KFS under the participatory forest management plans. The Lorenge CFA is also involved in apiary, where members have been allowed to put up beehives in the forest for honey production.
Wale ambao wanahusika na mifugo waliweza kuja kutufunza tena juu ya hizi mizinga. Wakatuambia ya kwamba mizinga ambayo inahitajika wakati huu ni mizinga hizi za kisasa ambaye inafanya vizuri kufuga nyuki.
Farmers are allowed to graze their animals in the forest areas according to grazing plans and the carrying capacity of particular forests. CFA members can also collect firewood from dead wood in the forests for use in their homes and for sale. Trout fish farming is taking root in the country. The fish flourish in cold and clean water. This makes the various streams emanating from Mount Kenya forest ideal for this venture. Kabare CFA has not been left behind, and with the assistance of local investors, they have put up a trout fish farm in Kabare forest for the supply of the highly valuable fish to hotels in the region.
Kikundi hiki kinapata faida, na wakati mwingi kama kwa mwezi mmoja wanapata kama shilingi 1,200 kwa mwezi, ambazo wanagawana na members wao, na zingine zinasaidia kuendelea kudevelop zaidi. Na wakati huu kuko na samaki ambao value yake ni kama milioni 3.
Without the CFA, this forest actually could not be the way it is, and we have a proper linkage and very collaborative with them.
At the scenic Shimba Hills Forest in Kwale County, the local community is involved in eco-tourism. The CFA's youth group acts as tour guides for local and foreign tourists who flock the forest to watch wildlife and the various endemic plant species in the vast forest. The CFA also helps in maintaining the electric fence meant to minimize human-wildlife conflict.
The community has also engaged voluntarily to dig terraces that are dug adjacent to the fence. These terraces also aid in preventing wild animals like the elephants from crossing. We have our Kaya forest that it's a model forest that is used to be able to also pass the knowledge to the community about what these Kaya stand for, what they do, and how they aid conservation, and how they also aid promotion of traditions that are within this place.
Ecosystem is very rich in both fauna and flora. We have about 1,700 different species identified by ICU. Most of them are endemic, are only found in this ecosystem. And it is also regarded as a water tower in the coast region, since we have five permanent rivers coming from the ecosystem.
Still in Kwale County, Ghazi Women Group have come together to conserve the mangrove forest at the beach and earn some income by constructing a boardwalk within the mangrove vegetation where visitors can tour and watch the spectacular flora and fauna of the area. The women also sell curios and serve coastal food at their banda.
Urefu wa daraja letu ni 450 meters. Pato ambalo tunalipata kwenye mradi uno, tunasaidia matatizo madogodogo ambayo yanakumba kijiji chetu. Tunarekebisha mradi wetu. Pia tunasaidia walimu wa madrasa.
And behind me, you see, is a rehabilitated center. This mangrove forest was plotted in 1992 after the El Nino rainfall. So it has been here for almost 20 years as part of our rehabilitation plot of Mikoko Pamoja.
KFS also subcontracts CFAs to carry out silvicultural activities in plantation forests like pruning and thinning. The members then use the prunings as fuel wood and for construction.
The good thing with the CFA here is that they know they are alone. There are no conflict between the officer and the community. We have benefited a lot from the community, especially on the side of protection.
The engagement of local communities in forest conservation and management has brought about a good working relationship between KFS and the various stakeholders.
As we continue with the community, KFS is really going to support them, and KFS is going to benefit a lot from the community.
To the level as a farmers, I myself have adopted beekeeping, fish farming, poultry, seedling production, that is tree nursery, and also greenhouse and also fruit farming. Sheep rearing project whereby we improve local sheep to hybrid sheep, and also zero grazing unit.
It has also seen the enhancement of forest protection and alleviation of poverty, as well as improvement in food security.
Nchi yetu kweli inapendeza na urembo wake waonekana, na kwa hivyo zidi kupanda miti, Kenya yetu izidi kunawiri. Mwana Kenya, ni wajibu wako